Hey, what's going on, guys? So Marquinhos is officially signing for Arsenal on a long-term contract for a fee reported to be £3 million. As per the very reliable Tim Spires, a deal for Wolves to sign him was so far down the line that they'd already agreed to loan him out to Swiss outfit Grasshopper for next season and will now consider taking legal action against Arsenal. Nothing will likely come out of all this except Ruben Neves fuming at Arsenal fans for being delighted about it going through. Sao Paulo director Carlos Belmont has stated that Edu Gaspar was a big reason for this getting over the line, as he paid a fee even though the player could have signed for free as his contract was due to expire this summer. Something Belmont claims will strengthen relations between the two clubs for future deals. Now, Arsenal supporters who are going apeshit about not bringing in an established name for the first team need to understand that the window has only been officially open for 3 days. The likes of Gabriel Jesus and Tielemans will arrive in time, but it's just as important to get some young talents through the door, as they may go on to save the club millions of pounds in transfer fees in the future. Something which is being taken more seriously than ever before by clubs, given the inflated transfer fees being quoted in the current climate. In terms of Marquinhos himself, he's considered a huge talent by scouts all around Europe and has already made 42 appearances for Sao Paulo's first team, something which isn't necessarily the case in the modern day game, with players like Vinicius Jr. getting snapped up before even making their debuts in the Brazilian league in order for clubs to get a march on competitors in the transfer market. Although 30 of those games have been off the bench for Marquinhos, he's registered 4 goals and 3 assists, including a starring role versus Racing Club in the prestigious Copa Libertadores round of 16 tie. As far as his style of play is concerned, he's a left-footed right winger who likes to cut inside. Marquinhos can play across the entire front line but truly shines as the inverted forward. He actually played as a striker in Sao Paulo's academy, but like most young players was stuck out wide in their first team. While Bukayo Saka has made the right flank his own for Arsenal, Nicolas Pepe has largely flattered to deceive and could be on his way out this summer, which could very well open up a spot for this lad in the not too distant future. This kid is a born entertainer and loves to get on the ball and drive past opponents like they aren't even there. The directness as well as explosiveness he demonstrates is something that can't be coached, which is precisely why he's so highly sought after. He's a competent dribbler with a powerful shot in his locker. He's surprisingly good in the air too, which isn't always the case with players of his ilk, and can hold the ball up for teammates when necessary. Also loves cutting the ball back across the box rather than aimlessly lofting it in, which suits Arsenal's style of play down to a T. For all the promise, however, he is still extremely raw. His decision making is very hit or miss, which is something you'll generally get with youngsters. He's also heavily reliant on that left foot. While it's okay not to be incredible with both feet, he does have to develop that aspect of his game a bit more in order to become tougher to defend against for quality opponents. The end product clearly needs a lot of work too before he can start playing against Premier League opposition. A loan is most certainly on the cards, and if I had to hazard a guess, it would be to a lower to mid-table club in La Liga, where he can get accustomed to European football without being thrown into an overwhelmingly physical environment right from the get-go. There's clearly plenty of work to be done, but he's got no better role model to look up to than fellow countryman Gabriel Martinelli, whose professionalism and determination to succeed saw him become a regular starter this season despite spending 2 years in and out of the side. Progression is rarely linear, so I hope supporters are patient with this boy and allow him to make mistakes once he is in contention for a spot in the side come 2023 or 2024. Certain sections of his club's fanbase claim he's not even in the top 3 talents that are coming through at the minute, but I disagree with them wholeheartedly. Everyone seems to put a lot of emphasis on end product, which is absolutely fine when you're playing at the highest level, but when it comes to youth football, you can't jump to conclusions based solely on that. A recent example is Michael Olise at Crystal Palace. If you look at his stats for Reading, it was nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, it was on the poor side. Yet every club in England was vying for his signature, and he has really impressed massively at Palace under Vieira. And those at the Emirates Stadium will be hoping this kid ends up doing the exact same. Cheers for tuning in, guys. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about him, Sao Paulo, or how he might fit into Arsenal, the sort of clubs he'll go out on loan to. Have a good day, guys.